Hello everyone. I'm back again with the same grammar class. So today we are in the closing deal of tense chart, right? So as of now or so far we have completed our 9 tenses here. One by one we have explained each and everything and we have learned with examples, all right? And today we will be learning number 10, okay? So what are these tenses? Number 10 is present perfect continuous, okay? Present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. So what is the rule here? Has, have been, has or have been, okay, plus V1 plus ing. All right. So now I want you to be very careful when you use this present perfect continuous tense because प्रेजेंट का मतलब तो प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन आती है कंटिन्यूअस का मतलब होता है आईएनजी फॉर्म के साथ ओके सो बी वेरी केयरफुल व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एन एक्शन ओके टॉक अबाउट एन action means or the timing here okay or you can talk about a duration. Okay, so you can write down these things just for your knowledge so that you understand how we will be able to go ahead accordingly. Okay, so now see number one example. Okay, I have been working as a teacher for 5 years. I have been working as a teacher for 5 years. ओके जैसे मैंने पहले ही बताया था आपको बहुत अच्छी टाइमिंग और ड्यूरेशन मैटर करती है और टॉकिंग अबाउट एन एक्शन अब एक्शन यहाँ पे आप अच्छे से देख सकते हैं of course I'm a teacher so I have mentioned here I have been working as a teacher for 5 years. Okay, all right, I'm going for number 2 example. You have been telling a lie. You have been telling a lie. Telling a lie. Okay, number 3, I have been trying to learn the English language. I have been trying to learn the English language. Okay, English language. So you have to be careful here because we are talking about only the tenses here which are present perfect continuous tense. So be very careful with the rule has and have के साथ आपको क्या लगाना है क्या नहीं. Okay, I have, you have, I have again. Okay, so now if you go ahead with the accordingly, she has been saving money. Okay, she has been, he has been, तो she के साथ of course has आएगा, he के साथ भी has आएगा. So be very careful singular and plural form जब आप यूज करते हैं has के साथ यूज करना है या have के साथ यूज करना. All right, so moving ahead with the number 11. Okay, so number 11 is past perfect continuous. Okay, past perfect continuous. Perfect continuous. Okay, so the rule is had been plus same as usual, had been plus v1 plus ing. Okay, ing of course you know that it is the continuation of a work. The action is being taking place. Being I am using BEING, okay, so that you don't get confused anywhere when you use in the past perfect continuation. Okay, so moving to the example here. Number 1 example is I had been learning English for 2 years. I had been learning English for 2 years. All right, so getting back to the point, I had been learning English for 2 years. So going with the number 2 example is I had been reading books for 2 months. I had been reading books for 2 months. All right. So I hope you're getting the point here. We are talking about a particular action or the action is taking place here. Number three example also we will be checking it out. She had been cooking. She had been, okay, she had been food for, cooking food for 2 years, okay, 2 years. So you have to be careful here कि कैसे आप I had been, of course she had been, he had been, they had been, okay, making sure कि जब भी आप past perfect continuous की बात करते हैं तो यहाँ पे being नहीं आएगा, यहाँ पे been के साथ ing लग जाएगा. Example, I had been learning. So learn is a V1, right? As usual, you know very well that we are using here ing. Okay. So moving ahead with the number 12. Okay. So if we talk about number 12, so we will be going ahead that we should understand that what is the number 12, which is the last tense for today. Okay. So now going ahead with the future perfect tense. Okay. Number 12. Future perfect tense. Okay, so the rule is will have been, V1 plus V1 plus ing. Okay, so you have to be careful here. The same rule will be going ahead here. Okay, so now he will have been teaching for 2 years. वह 2 सालों से पढ़ा रहा होगा. Okay, make sure रहा होगा इसलिए because we are talking about here the futuristic which work will be taking place, right? And it has been taking place. So let's get back to the examples here. Okay, so number one, he will have been teaching for 2 years. Okay, so now again I'm repeating कि वह 2 सालों से पढ़ा रहा होगा. Be very careful. We are using here will have been all together. It's not like had been हमने सिर्फ use किया था. It's not like that. We are going to use it very, very clearly. Okay, and going ahead with the number 2 example. Okay, so we will have been swimming for 3 hours. ठीक है, we will have been swimming for 3 hours. Okay, moving ahead with the number 3 example. They will have been studying for 2 hours. They will have been studying for 2 hours. All right, I hope so far things are getting clear. So I have explained each and everything very well, that how will you be able to go ahead accordingly. So now let's recapitulate or recap and understand and finish this today task for tense. Okay, so that next time whenever we meet, so that we learn something else and something new, so that you be at home and you get back to the track. Okay, ठीक है, तो अभी हम पढ़ेंगे like the recap. Okay, so now let's go ahead with the number 10, present perfect continuous. Okay, so as usual, has या have been plus V1 plus ing. Okay, I have been working as a teacher for 5 years. You have been telling a lie. Number 3, I have been trying to learn the English language. Okay, that we are talking about here, the particular action. What is that action here? We're talking about a language here. Okay, now going ahead with the number 11, past perfect continuous. As usual, you know that the continuation of the perfection. Perfection comes here for the action. Okay, the particular action is taking place. तो यहाँ पे ये हमें याद रखना है कि हम यहाँ पे कोशिश करेंगे कि जो परफेक्ट का मतलब यहाँ पे होता है, या तो आप कोई पर्टिकुलर एक्शन के लिए, जैसे मैंने ऊपर लिखा हुआ टेक like talk about an action, okay, making sure that you're talking here about a particular action as well as time or duration, okay, that the work has been done, or we are doing or has been taking place, okay. So now going ahead with the past perfect continuous की examples के साथ, जैसे कि पता है had been तो rule है इसका, but going ahead with how it will be. had been हमें सभी को पता है कि this is the rule here, had been V1 plus ing. I had been learning English for 2 years, कि मैं पिछले 2 साल से इंग्लिश सीख रहा हूं या रही हूं. Hope that makes sense, right? तो इसका यही मतलब आता है. सेकेंड नंबर, I had been reading books for 2 months, कि मैं पिछले 2 महीने से पुस्तक पढ़ रहा हूं, एग्जैक्टली बुक्स पढ़ रहा हूं या पढ़ रही हूं. ओके, गोइंग अहेड विद नंबर 3, she had been cooking for 2 years, कि वह पिछले 2 साल से खाना बना रही है. Who is that she here? Maybe a cook, or maybe your mother, or maybe you by yourself. You might be cooking, okay? So going ahead with the number 12, the last tense, okay? Future perfect tense will have been plus V1 plus ing. He will have been teaching for 2 years. कि वह 2 सालों से पढ़ा रहा होगा, right? We are talking about futuristic continuation. Going ahead with the number 2 example, we will have been swimming for 3 hours. 3 hours we will have been swimming for whole day. Or you can talk about an action. Action is of course your timing, या कुछ हो सकता है, जैसे टाइमिंग की बात करते हैं, या लगातार कोई काम चल रहा होगा. Okay, so making sure. Going with the next example, they will have been studying for 2 hours. Okay, तो देखिए यहाँ पे 2 hours का क्या पर्टिकुलर, यहाँ पे हमने यही सीखा है कि वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ पर्टिकुलर एक्शन. ओके, सो नाउ इन द एंड लेट मी टेल यू अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, आई वुड से इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्ट्रक्शन हियर इज दैट कि मेक श्योर आपके जो टेंस होते हैं 12 टेंसेस होते हैं, राइट, एंड ऑफ द डे, राइट, बट मेक श्योर जब भी आप बोलते हैं उसमें कंटिन्यूअस टेंस की ज्यादा यूज होता है. ठीक है, whenever you speak she has, he has, that's all we use. बट whenever we talk about a perfect tense, हमेशा याद रखिए ये ज्यादातर हमारी सिर्फ एक रिटन लैंग्वेज में यूज होता है, ना कि स्पीकिंग क्लासेस में या स्पोकन इंग्लिश में. सो यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल. जब भी आप बात करते हैं, अगर कंटिन्यूएशन की बात करते हैं तो आईएनजी यूज कर सकते हैं. अगर आप किसी और टेंस की बात करते हैं, जब भी परफेक्ट टेंस आता है तो यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल कि यहाँ पे राइटिंग स्किल पे काम किया जा सकता है या हमारे स्पीकिंग स्किल्स पे. ओके, सो दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे. सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो.